Jameis Winston. I'm gonna play the clip. He has, in this interview, he actually mentioned his starting position. So we're gonna play that quick clip real quick. Start right now.
Are you eager to get like? I know that's a dumb question, but obviously, I mean, how eager are you though to get back out there at a good point of health, and show people what you can do after all the rehab of
Man,
last year?
it hurts my soul, and that's all I can say. But no, I lost my job due to injury.
Yeah.
And the policy has always been you don't lose your job because of an injury, and that's what happened.
Well, but I guess what I mean is you don't think it's still due to injury, like it's time for you to come back and they didn't return the job to you is how you see it, basically?
I don't know how I see it. I just know that I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Right. And when my number is called, I'll be ready.
All right. He said that he lost his position due to injury. All right. I mean, temporarily, right? I'm gonna say that temporarily. All right. In my thoughts, I was like, yeah, you should, and I still think that. I still think that they should have went back to him once he was healthy, because we already know what we're gonna get from Andy Dalton. I'm sorry, we already know. But right now, you can't go back to him. You gotta stick with Andy Dalton. And I don't think he lost his position due to injury, because he didn't play good when he played, right? I mean, they weren't a good team, So, but Andy Dalton has been playing okay, and then also they have been hurt also since Andy Dalton been a starting quarterback. Jarvis Landry has been out. Michael Thomas has been out. Kamara, he actually missed the game also, and they played the Vikings. So you gotta look at that situation too. But when they played that first game against the Falcons, they looked terrible the whole game. And then they just made a 4-quarter rally. And then he had one game, I believe, he threw five interceptions to the Buccaneers. Right?
I think that was the game where he got hurt.
Yeah, right. And then the Buccaneers came out and said, we already know what Jay was all about. So they even budge from that. So I do think once he was healthy, they should have played Jameis Winston and gave him a chance at least for a few more games. But right now, they can't go back. It's too late in the season.
I feel the same way. I think it's too late. And I agree. I don't think even if it was because of injury, that's happened in the NFL multiple times. Look at what happened to Alex Smith when Colin Kaepernick was his quarterback. He got hurt. Colin Kaepernick came in, played well. They didn't go back. Brady, when Bledsoe got hurt, Brady came in, played well. They didn't go back. That's just what happens. That's what happens in the NFL. That's what happens in sports. And if you get hurt and your backup comes in and plays well, and wins, unless you're Dak Prescott, you pretty much you can lose your job. So I mean, it's happened multiple times.
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz too. He got hurt in Philly. Jalen Hurts came in, took his job, did it, and then now
I was about to say
he got hurt again. Heineke has come in and they're on a winning streak. So I don't think that's the reason why Jameis is out. I think he's out because Andy Dalton has played better than Jameis has this year. Not a lot better, but just enough to solidify to solidify him to be starting for the rest of the season. I wouldn't go back to Jameis, and he may deserve an opportunity, but it's just not going to be this season with the Saints.
So everything you guys said was great, but I feel like I'm gonna be Jameis Winston agent on this one because he shouldn't have lost his job to injury, regardless of what you all were saying about how. I mean, I respect the fact that you say it's too late in the season. However, being a guy who had Andy Dalton as his backup, Jameis deserves a shot. At the end of the day, both quarterbacks played the same. Like Andy Dalton had a game where he literally gave the game away against the Cardinals, where he threw almost 3 or 4 picks, and then he threw 2 of them back to back right before halftime. And one of the games, and the other game that he did win, Taysom Hill turned into Taysom Hill again. He had 3 rushing touchdowns and 1 passing touchdown. If anything, they should make Taysom Hill the starter. But yeah, Jameis deserves at least 1 game. Give him at least 1 game to prove himself. And with their schedule, the way it's set up, let me see who they got here. They got the 49ers, Bucks, Falcons, Cleveland, never mind. Keep Andy Dalton in. Never mind. I'm sorry, guys. Keep Andy Dalton in. Jameis, what we gonna do is We just gonna take the film that we had from this season and a little bit of last season, and we're gonna find us a new team because New Orleans is not it, man.
He can go to Carolina.
Hey, they'll respect him there.
True. And true. But here's the thing though. I think this was bad timing for that interview. Andy Dalton just threw 3 TDs, 0 interceptions. They just won. Like, you know, it was just a bad timing for that interview. You know, Andy Dalton looked good last game, but they won. You know, he had a pass rating of 149.6. Like, that was his best game of the year for real.
Okay.
And he came out and then said that, those comments. I just thought it was bad. Now, if you'd have said this last week against Pittsburgh, then yeah, we would have some.
See what happened there? Did you see the cornrows? When he took the do-rag off, he said, look, last week I ain't had my hair done. This week I'm looking good. I'm about to go viral. I don't care what he did on the field. Do y'all see me right now?
It's funny because he did take that do-rag off in the middle of the interview. All right. So that's one quarterback we got. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.